can be telling him whether he is on target or not and instructing him up to the release of the aircraft. In that incident, again, the video link was not working. So the point I am trying to give is that once such an incident happens, like in all aviation-related incidents, is as a result of a multiplicity of factors. It could be equipment failure, it could be human nature, it could be non-adherence to procedures, if there are procedures for when to attack an aircraft. It could be a weather issue, because there are attacks in which the pilot will be demanded. There could be a requirement of him having physical eye contact with the target before he releases his weapon, depending on the rules of engagement given to him.
Now, you said something about information, and you did say sometimes the information just might come from outside the country. And you're the regional program manager, Lake Chad, for the Center for Civilians in Conflict. Are you aware of, the progress of collaboration between Nigeria and its neighbors, especially on the fight against insurgency?
I may not have specific details of the cooperation, but work has taken me to some of the regional countries. And I was like, for example, last week I was at the Multinational Joint Task Force headquarters, and I was able to meet some of the coalition partner officers and discuss with them. What I can say on the visit is that there is collaboration between the countries, but I cannot vouchsafe the level or the depth of such collaboration. Regarding collateral damage, when you are having a combined operation which contains elements from different countries, that makes communication even harder. There could be language problems, there could be compatibility of even communication equipment. I am not saying this is the case here, but what I am saying, in a combined operation where there are multiple allies that are joined, the situation of communication might even be more difficult than when it is forces from the same country. But even from within the same country, like I say, joint, when the Army or the Navy or the Air Force are combining, because of the different trainings that they have, unless there is a concerted effort of having joint trainings even before battle is joined, there is possibility of having mistakes that could come from coordination. Again, we have to be careful. I'm not preempting what is going to be found in the investigation, but I'm just trying to lay the possible challenges that a combined operation or a joint operation which involves different services or different countries entails, and that makes the task of the pilot up in the air and the people controlling him on the ground. Now let me correct something. In the incident, what I said, the information could come not only from within the military. Like when you look at this incident, there are international organizations on the ground. Even the incident in Kunduz, there are MSF, there are other international NGOs. Sometimes in the area of humanitarian civil military coordination, there could be exchange of information. For example, an NGO operating in an area could give the coordinate of their hospital or their camp or where they keep their medical facilities to the military that is operating in that area, so that the military, when conducting its attacks, it takes note of such positions and makes sure that they are avoided.
Now, quickly here now, I want us to have a picture of what it is like up there. We'll come back to the counterterrorism aspect, looking at the bomb explosion in the mosque in Maiduguri, specifically the University of Maiduguri. But we want to talk more about the pilot and talk about the visibility and information that can aid. I know you try not to preempt any kind of jeopardize rather investigation on this, but again, we should have a sense of what it is like, knowing full well that you've always been there up in the sky. Take us through the kind of equipment that is needed in an aircraft that will also help to minimize, if not, avoid such collateral damage.
Well, talking as a representative of the Center for Civilians in Conflict, which specializes in providing training and advice on how to avoid collateral damage. Collateral damage, there are different elements if you want to reduce it. Not only the aircraft or the system that you're talking about, it starts right from policies. It starts right from guidance. It starts right from procedures. It starts right from rules of engagement, even before you go up in the air. What is a pilot supposed to see before he releases his weapon? How do you identify areas like I've talked of, there's what is called collateral damage estimate. You want to attack an area, you have to identify every likely target and what are the chances that there will be collateral damage. Of course, a good commander will know beyond a certain limit, he should not accept the risk of collateral damage. Now that is the element that has to do with procedures, policies, and guidance that is on the ground. When you talk of the equipment itself, depending on the aircraft we are talking about, modern aircraft, depending on their sophistication, are equipped with modern navigation equipments. They are supposed to be communication link, like I said earlier, both from the pilot and the people controlling him on the ground, which ensures seamless communication. Not only the aircraft again itself, even the munitions. You could have smart munitions. You have some munitions that could be fed with, with the coordinates that you have obtained, and such a guided weapon can take itself to where it is supposed to be launched. However, because of technology and because of cost, definitely it is not all air forces that will have such technology. In the absence of that, what you use are dumb bullets. What do I mean by dumb bullets? They don't have any sophistication. They cannot take any control. So this one depends mostly on the dexterity and the ability of the pilot to maneuver as close and as accurately to the target before he releases his weapon. So these are the issues. Again, in areas of reducing collateral damage, even if there is no incident, there's what is called battle damage assessment. Battle damage assessment is to accomplish two things. First, for the pilot or the artillery officer that has hit a target to know what was the effect. Did he hit on target? What was the damage he caused? But again, also important is to know, did we cause any collateral damage? Did we cause any harm to civilians? Now, harm to civilians, when we say harm to civilians, there's a tendency to think of only loss of lives or injuries. But even loss to livelihoods, psychological, trauma to people that are near the target, all these are issues that should be taken on board when there's a battle damage assessment, so that if it is found that collateral damage was caused, or civilian targets or civilian objects were hit in subsequent operations, procedures can be modified, new policies can be evolved, guidance can be given to the pilots. That is what it's about. So,
in your information gathering, quickly here, in your information gathering for your center, has there been any case whatsoever of such attack on civilian population before now?